The Volkswagen Beetle, aka the Bug, has lots of history behind it. For starters, it has been one of the best-selling automotive nameplates since 1938. It was a car that was originally designed for the masses of Germany that was known as the People's Car. Fast forward to 1997, Volkswagen was using the same basic design that they did from the start, so they introduced a new model called the New Beetle that was much more modern and yet still had the same overall look of its predecessor. Now in its second generation as the New Beetle, does this vehicle still have what it takes of being a fun little economy car while still keeping some familiar attributes of the past? Well, let's go ahead and check it out, and check out this 2015 Volkswagen New Beetle. Now you would certainly be living in a cave or under a rock if you've never heard about this vehicle or even seen it before. It's one of the most iconic automotive nameplates in the entire world. Now, one styling cue that you can really tell it's a Beetle is its circular headlight design, and then also its rounded out hood too. No other vehicle can really match it in terms of styling. And I'm a pretty big fan of the styling because I think it has a lot of attributes from its past while still keeping a nice, fresh, modern look. And on higher end trim levels of the Beetle, you can get LED daytime running lights, which they look really great in my opinion. This one also does have 17-inch alloy wheels, but they kind of look like hubcaps to me. But overall, I think that's to keep it classic with its styling. Now here goes the key fob for the Beetle. Overall, pretty good looking key fob for a basic trim. And we do have a switchblade key too. Now it does have the platinum gray metallic exterior color with a black leatherette interior. Then you have your manual driver's seat adjustments with manual recline as well. And one thing to note about the Beetle is that you can get a cabriolet model, which it does make for a pretty fun convertible vehicle. Not too many convertibles available nowadays, especially a cheaper one. Now stepping on inside of the Beetle here, fairly low step in height, but you're greeted with a very unique and stylish design overall. And you do have the gray metallic exterior color that carries over onto the dash. Pretty unique in my opinion. A lot of vehicles don't do that nowadays. And what you're hearing there is a 1.8 liter turbo 4-cylinder. Now you do have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Pretty nice grip to it overall. Coming to your transmission, you have a 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. No rear view camera here though, I'm pretty surprised about that. A lot of vehicles nowadays are having rear view cameras standard. You do have your e-brake right here, it's nice and stitched too. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out that engine bay. You do have LED turn signal indicators integrated onto the mirrors. And like I said, you do have these pretty unique looking 17-inch alloy wheels. Halogen headlights. Overall, the headlight design sort of reminds me of some new Porsches, which is a good thing. Now under the hood here we have a 1.8 liter inline 4-cylinder turbo producing 170 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 184 pound-feet of torque at 1,500 RPM, with EPA estimates being a okay 25 in the city, 33 on the highway. It is front-wheel drive as well. Overall, this powertrain delivers okay acceleration. Now if you're looking for the best fuel economy out of the Beetle, you will definitely want to go with the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder diesel engine. There's also a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo available, while a 6-speed manual is standard and this 6-speed automatic being optional. Now as far as competitors go of the Beetle, you have the Mini Cooper as well as the Fiat 500. Now pricing of the Beetle starts at around $20,000. It can go all the way up to around $27,000. EPA estimates, like I said, are 25 city, 33 highway. Total vehicle price for this particular one is $22,970. Now we do have a pretty small little shark fin antenna up on the top right there. We also do have rear reflectors and a rear window defroster. Power windows, power door locks, and your power mirrors. They also are heated. Nice soft touch armrest. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Now, build quality and materials of the Beetle. The materials certainly need to be upgraded a little bit. Now, I know we do have a base trim, but the only things that are really soft to the touch here are the armrest and then the center console lid, but even this is a little hard too. But up here on the dashboard, it's all hard touch plastic, but at least the plastics do have a pretty nice graining to them. They don't have a scratchy feeling. They do have a pretty high quality feel to them. Build quality is okay. There's not that many panel gaps inside of here. Everything fits well together for the most part. But overall, VW needs to work on the materials just a little bit here. Now, something interesting to note is that when you want to put something in this pocket right here, it's protected by this strap right here, which is pretty unique. You really never see that nowadays. And it really is one of the few things that makes the Volkswagen Beetle a pretty interesting kind of vehicle. Now, coming to your main head unit, you basically have a basic radio system here, nothing too fancy. Now, of course, you do have an optional touchscreen available with navigation, satellite radio, all of that. But this is kind of like a throwback into the 2000s. You do have an AM, FM, CD player, not too much going on here. Just a little basic radio head unit. But you can control your treble, your middle, bass, balance, and your fader, of course. Now, as far as visibility goes in the Beetle, it's okay. The rearward visibility is pretty decent, but I would love to see a little button that folds down the rear headrest. Since we are lacking a rear view camera here, now the side glass area is okay. Outward visibility is okay too. Now, seating comfort on this vehicle is also pretty good too. Provides enough support, and the side bolsters are pretty nice too, and the thigh support is okay as well. Now, I really do love how much headroom there is in this vehicle, and there's just tons of it. Also, there's lots of legroom, especially for the front occupants. Pretty nice there. Lots of headroom and lots of legroom. I feel very spacious inside of here and not confining at all. Now, coming to the gauges, pretty basic here as well. Not too much going on here. You do have your speedometer, your RPM gauge, and then your fuel gauge right there. And then that little screen right there basically shows you your fuel range as well as what radio station you're on. Also shows you your exterior temperature readout, and then your vehicle status, and then your trip odometer as well. Not too much going on here. Now, all three engines of the Beetle do feel pretty adequate, to be honest. And as far as the ride goes in the Beetle, the ride is fairly comfortable. And as far as wind and road noise goes, there is a little bit of it, but however, it's certainly not intrusive. Now, as far as steering goes, it is a little bit behind in terms of steering compared to some of its competitors like the Fiat 500 as well as the Mini Cooper. However, it's decently responsive and it certainly doesn't feel numb, but it's just not as good compared to some of the other vehicles in this class. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. These rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo space. You have your Volkswagen first aid kit. And there's a decent amount of trunk space compared to some of its competitors. You have a full manual passenger seat. And when you want to get into the second row, just pull this up with this lever and just push it forward. Easy as that. And you just hop right in. Now, sitting back here, it's certainly only recommended for small children. It's very cramped, especially if the seats are pushed all the way back. Now, you do have dual mount pockets, which I'm quite surprised about, as well as a 12-volt power outlet and a cup holder, and a nice soft touch armrest. A lot of vehicles like to cheapen out when they get to the rear in a two-door vehicle. Alright, and to hop out, just push that lever up, push the seat forward and hop right out. So the Volkswagen Beetle. It's fun, it's practical, it's unique, and it's powerful too. And it's certainly a good choice for an economy car, especially for those who want one with lots of personality and fun too, whether it be a two-door coupe or a convertible. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.